Backpacks are not uncommon sights in New York City, but what's inside these backpacks make them just a bit more special.
Socks, toothpaste, razors, shaving cream, t-shirts, food, basically food, you know, applesauce, Slim Jims, because Slim Jims are really good. For the guys who don't have teeth, they can suck on it for the protein.
Jeffrey Newman and his partner, Jayson are founders of the nonprofit Together Helping Others. This program is Backpacks for the Street, where they hand out backpacks to homeless New Yorkers, filled with things to make their plight a little easier.
About 3 years ago, we were going through, 2.5 years ago, we started going through Times Square wintertime and saw all the guys out there, men and women who were just sleeping on the street. And once you see it in such a large amount every day, it becomes, you can't unsee that.
Donations buy the supplies. They then try to hit different parts of the city. On this day, it's Midtown, and at 33rd and Park, they found 28-year-old Jonathan.
It makes me feel like, you know, there's actual people that care out there still. You know, there's a lot of evil in the world, but it's nice, you know, to know that there's people that still care about other people out there.
And a block further, they came across Jack.
We have a can opener this time.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. There's some little freeze-dried apples, you know.
Okay.
You know, they're good.
Good deal.
Are you doing okay these days?
Yeah, I woke up this morning, so it can't be too bad.
There you go.
Newman, Connor, and a team of volunteers give away nearly 8 dozen backpacks 4 times a year to as many as they can find living on the streets. And sadly, they may be at it for a while.
So many of these people feel it's just completely invisible here. And the most important thing is to say, hey, we see you and we're here, you know. And the idea of the backpack is to give them hope. It's not going to cure homelessness, but it will give them hope that they're not alone. And, you know, that's the most important thing to me.
From Midtown, Antoine Lewis, Fox 5 News.
All right, Antoine, thank you very much for that. And joining us now is the other half. This is Jayson, co-founder and co-executive director of Backpacks for the Street and Together Helping Others. Jayson, good to have you here. Yeah, you know, we saw the story just now, and, you know, you and Jeffrey really got off to an amazing start. This was like 8 years ago you started this program?
Well, we started volunteering 8 years ago, but Backpacks started back in March of 2018, so just this year alone we started. But the volunteer work started way back in 8 years ago.
Sure. So. Look at the difference you're making, though, in people's lives. And you know, this is, I know, very personal to you, and people should hear your story about how you were homeless for, what, a couple of years, right?
When I was in my 20s, I became homeless from drug abuse and alcoholism. And so I was homeless for 1 year there. Then I picked up and moved across the country, thinking I was going to just magically not be homeless anymore, which I ended up being as well for another year.
So you understand, obviously, firsthand what it's like, and when you're helping others, I know you communicate with the homeless. You talk to them and share some of those stories.
When we go to give out the backpacks to the, you know, basically they're our friends or our family, we will hand them to them. We don't just walk out and just drop it back. We sit there and we talk to them. You know, you make them feel like they're people again. So more often than not, people just walk right by them and treat them as their invisible people. And they just don't care. And I just don't understand when people have no compassion or empathy towards others. So that's why, you know, we sit there and we chat with them, and we just, you know, make them
the dignity
feel
is very important, and getting another opportunity, another chance of life. I know that you also get a lot of reaction on Facebook, and I also want you to share the story about this particular woman you were telling me about, that you really saved her life.
Yes, a few years back we befriended this lady who just had a really rough life, and she was 19 years old, so she was
this here in New York?
Yes.
Okay.
She was barely, you know, out of her teens when we met her. You know, she was 1 year later, she's gonna be 20 years old, but she's homeless. She, you know, everyone treated her like crap, and so we decided to help her out, and we got her into some housing. And a few years later, she comes back and she tells us on Facebook, you know, you guys changed my life. I wouldn't be here today if you wouldn't have stepped in and helped me.
What a great feeling that is for you, right? I mean, to see that kind of tangible difference in people's lives. And you've got a long way to go. I know that you're starting to think about developing even more chapters, right?
Yes, we've already been in discussion with people in Seattle, in Chicago, and Florida about starting something out there. So we're developing books and, you know, like handouts and stuff like that, to where not like specific guidelines, but just some ways of what we've done. to make a difference, and maybe they can do the same thing.
Well, you set up a model here, and if people want, by the way, we want to put it up on the screen. There it is right there. It's backpacksforthestreet.org.
Yes.
People go there, tell us what kind of information is available, and also you need donations. This is all, charity work.
Yes, it's 100% funded by donations, and every single dollar goes to that, the charity that we run. And if you go there, you'll read some stories about it. You'll read some statistics about homelessness in New York City. And right now, New York City is the second leading city in the U.S., I believe, of homelessness.
Yeah, it's a problem.
And it's just, the numbers are outstanding, and just, it's like soul crushing. That
well, you're helping to make a big difference.
Yes.
Jayson and Jeffrey, congratulations to both of you, okay? Come back again. Keep up the good work.